At Seed World, our goal is to bring you the stories, perspectives, and thought leadership that is shaping, influence, and driving your region and the global seed industry forward. There's a lot to talk about, from egg policy to funding, from regulatory harmonization to variety development and innovation. It's an exciting and information-intense time to be in the seed industry. Our job is to make sure you have access right at your fingertips to the most relevant, timely, and in-depth seed information at a local, global, and regional level. So, here's a sneak peek at some of the biggest stories making waves right now around the global seed world. I'm Madeline, Director of Content at Seed World Group. I am delighted to be sitting here with a team of the very best editors in the business. Marcel is editor at Seed World Europe, Amy, editor at Seed World US, Mark is editor of Seed World Canada, and Elena is editor of Seed World LATAM. Let me throw this question out to all of you. I know that you are working on part of the challenge and the excitement of being an editor and directing the type of content going into your magazines is that there are so many different facets to the seed value chain, so many different key issues that we're dealing with on a daily basis. But can you each maybe touch on one or possibly two key issues that are impacting your region right now that you're going to be bringing to readers in the near future?
I'll get started. We have a big issue in Canada right now with regards to public funding of variety development, specifically cereals and pulses. Cereals and pulses, majority of the breeding that's done, variety development is done by the public sector in Canada. Unfortunately, public funding for cereal and pulse variety development is on the decline. And at the same time, there are not enough incentives for the private sector to get involved in breeding cereals and pulses. There's very little private development of cereals and pulses in Canada. There is some, but not nearly as much as private. And so we have a situation where public funding is going down. We don't yet have enough incentives for there to be more private work being done in this area. And so there's a big debate right now about how do we drive innovation in this. It's highly unlikely that there will be significantly more public funding for variety development of cereals and pulses coming our way. So how do we get the private sector involved? How do we develop incentives? How do we develop ways to generate funding for variety development to keep these programs going long term? So that's very exciting for me right now, and something that I'm really looking forward to sinking my teeth into, so to speak.
I think that here in the United States, a lot of what we're dealing with is also policy related. We're dealing with a pre-COVID, very outdated farm bill that was supposed to be passed in the fall, and we didn't get one. We had to have an extension, and this being an election year, who knows if it's even going to come up for a vote before the election, which is another challenging issue because we've got leadership in the USDA that could change after an election. There's just so many unknowns for government and policy in the United States right now. So that's always going to be top of mind for us. But we are also dealing with ongoing challenges with climate change, just like everyone is in the world. And we're always going to prioritize the latest advancements in breeding for climate resilience and the development of drought-tolerant, heat-resistant, flood-tolerant seed varieties because weather is super crazy if you look around the world right now. And, I think we're just really excited to be able to deliver content that will highlight innovative solutions and technologies that address all these challenges. Anything that's current, we want to deliver as well. And anything that showcases our industry's commitment to sustainability and environmental stewardship is going to be a priority for me, and I'm sure for the other editors as well.
And I think in Europe, the number one big issue is going to be the revision of the major seed regulations. the current EU Commission in its mandate has decided to overhaul some of the key regulations. For example, the regulation on plant reproductive material, PRM, the one on new genomic techniques, NGTs, and the one on sustainable use of the sustainable use regulation on crop protection product. And all these proposals have come out, saw a lot of back and forth, pros and cons from a myriad of stakeholders, and some have failed. The SUR has failed. Others are still under discussion. So it's going to be very exciting to see what will happen there, and that's what I plan to bring to our audience. You know, a continuous update on the changes, but not only the changes, but also insights from the seed sector, from the European seed sector, about the impact of those changes on the seed sector itself.
Yeah, well, something that's unique about LATAM seed sectors that here we conduct much of the research and we grow seeds for international markets, for the North American hemisphere, doing contra-season production. And so we get a lot of our attention from North America, but the domestic markets are really important too. Agriculture is growing rapidly in South America, in Brazil, Argentina, one of the biggest markets that we have here, produce competitive amounts of, for example, soybeans. And so I'm really excited to showcase the opportunities for the seed sector here in Chile and in our neighboring countries.